There's some fun things happening in today's video. Some time away with my husband to celebrate an anniversary, and a really exciting announcement is coming and will be here in the summer. In today's video, I want to share some fun and exciting news with you and a little adventure that my husband and I went on to celebrate our 10-year anniversary. So, I'm sure some of you have been wondering what is going on with my growing tummy. Well, you assumed right. In about a month ago, a video, I kind of slipped up a little bit and said I was taking a prenatal. And yes, you can take prenatals even when you're not pregnant, when you're nursing as well, or when you're just trying to get pregnant. But we are expecting baby number 4.
Yeah!
So, baby number 4 will be coming in the summer, and we are looking forward to it. We went on a trip to kind of have a baby moon and celebrate our 10-year anniversary that was last year, and it was just a really wonderful time, and just added to the excitement of the baby coming. So let's talk about baby number 4 first, and then I'm going to share just some snippets and highlights of my husband and I's trip that we took, just us two, to Kauai, Hawaii. So baby number 4, we will not find out the gender like the last one with Elias, our little boy. We didn't find out his gender. And we plan to do a home birth as well with this one, the Lord willing, as long as everything looks good during pregnancy and baby looks good and I'm doing well during all pregnancy. That is the hope for this baby as well. So we are about, when you see this video, I'm 20 weeks along, but when I'm filming it, I'm about 18 or so, and the snippets of our anniversary trip was closer to like 16, 17 weeks along. So I know many of you have probably been assuming and wondering when I would share the news, because I'm sure some of you already had an assumption, but wintertime was a great time to kind of hide that baby bump because of the baggier clothes, and I didn't pop right away. But I'll show you a little bit of what I look like here soon, and I feel like I've definitely gotten a lot bigger quicker because more babies you have, I think the bigger you tend to get. I also carry usually pretty flat and high. That's just my tendency, the way I carry babies, and so I don't like stick out like a little basketball near as much. But we are just, again, very excited. So the first trimester, this has been my easiest first trimester for pregnancies. I was nauseous some here and there, but not like my other 3 pregnancies. I really tried to eat a lot of protein, and I exercised continually still in the mornings, my early morning walks, even in the winter months. And I really think I have to attest feeling better to a lot of that. Of course, I was tired. Like, if you've been pregnant, you know that exhaustion just hits you and you can't really stop from being tired when you're reading books to your kids and you kind of just start falling asleep because you're sitting in a comfortable place and you're tired. That definitely happens during first trimester. But I've been out of that for 7 weeks or so already, so it's not been too bad. Second trimester is always just, you feel a lot more normal, more even keeled. But again, like I said, I do think a lot of it has to do with how much protein I was eating and just exercise. Not that I wasn't doing those things with my other pregnancies, but I just think I really maintained that better during this one, and especially the meats and like cottage cheese and yogurt and just the good proteins that you need to fill you up better, and it made me not feel near as nauseous. Not saying that works for every pregnancy or everybody's circumstances, but just seemed what I'm gonna say worked for me. Again, like I said, I am trying to hopefully do a home birth, so I had a midwife who is about 50 minutes away, so I've been doing a few visits with her as well, but I just feel like everything's gone very well with this pregnancy so far. Not a lot of aches and pains, not a lot of any issues or anything like that, but just overall doing great and excited for baby number 4. So if you don't know, we have 3 other kids, ages 5.5, 3.5, and 1.5. Their birthdays are all in the spring, so this one is actually a little bit later than the rest of them, as it will be in the summer. So not quite the 2-year mark like the other, like every 2 years, but still within that 2-year frame. And we love that, having the kids closer in age. They become really great friends. The oldest one is such a help, and the middle daughter is just so excited about having a new baby brother or sister. And the little guy doesn't quite understand yet that he will not be the littlest anymore. So that is an announcement. We're having baby number 4 in the summer. And I'll talk more about pregnancy along the way, but I won't dedicate full videos to pregnancy. I still enjoy doing my homemaking and motherhood content with you guys. But if you do want to see like what I do to stay healthy during pregnancy, or what I eat, how I handled my first trimester and what I do during that time. I also do share every birth story that's here on YouTube as well for all the babies I've had. They've all been very different, and so it's just kind of fun to see the progression from our first one being a induced and medicated baby to our last one being a home water birth, which is just awesome that we are able to do that and that our bodies can handle that. But anyways, that is the announcement, and then our fun excursion. So my husband and I, end of February, went to the island of Kauai in Hawaii, and we wanted to do a trip to celebrate 10 years of being married, which has been such a blessing and so sweet. And our anniversary was last year in the summer, but we wanted to go somewhere warmer, so we wanted to wait until the winter months. And with my husband's job, the fall time is his busy season, so February was the perfect time, and it just happened to be that we ended up pregnant during that as well. Thankfully I was in the 2nd trimester, so we could do a lot of outings and hiking and snorkeling and things like that. So things we got to do on Kauai. I'll try to insert some clips here as well, so you can just see how beautiful and different it is from what we have here in the Midwest. We did a lot of hiking. Every day we did some sort of trail, whether it be a trail of like 2 miles with a lot of elevation and a lot of rock maneuvering, or a trail of more smooth path but like 6-mile hike. So we just love getting out and in God's creation and just seeing how different the landscape is everywhere you go, and that was just fun to be able to do that. We were definitely worn out after the trip, just quite tired because we're moving a lot, in the sun a lot, and just being outdoors and very active. That did not seem to affect me a lot with being pregnant. Definitely, like if I did a lot of downhill, just a lot more pressure, but it still was not anything to be concerned about, which I think helped because I was active before we went on this trip and was active as well. So we did a lot of miles in our 7 days that we were gone. We did visit a few beaches as well, nothing where we just sat and were there for days, but we went and did snorkel at one of the beaches, got to see some sea turtles. Then on the other day we got to see some sea turtles that were just resting, and that was really fun. There were just clumps of sea turtles resting out on the beach, and they're just so unique creatures, such unique creatures, so big and massive, nothing like our little snapping turtles that we have in the Midwest and our little mini turtles that it seems like we have around here. So that was really fun just to see the nature and the life and the creation that's around there with all the green and all the different tropical flowers. Lots of good food was eaten as well. We really like fresh fish. Unfortunately, with being pregnant, I didn't get to eat all the sushi that I really enjoy. I did try a little bit here and there because Kauai is known for their poke bowls, P-O-K-E, which is raw fish and rice. And so I had to try a bite or two of that just because it was something I will probably not ever experience again. And so I had to taste that, and delicious. All the fresh caught fish that day that was cooked up for us at different restaurants we went to. It was just really enjoyable to then, after we hiked long days, we often packed our own lunches because we stayed in Airbnb. So we ate breakfast in often packed our own lunches so we could be out and about hiking, bring our sandwiches and protein bars and things like that on the trail, or stop at a beach and eat, and then we would eat out in the evenings. And that was just really fun, and trying their different desserts and all their fresh fruits. So you might be thinking fresh fruits like pineapple, mango, kiwi, things like that, bananas. Yes, we got to eat those as well, although mangoes are not in season in February in Hawaii. They are more a summer fruit, and avocados as well, actually. But we did get to try. We went to a local organic farm. A lot of the fresh fruits we tried were very unique at this organic farm that we went to. We tried things like jackfruit and starfruit, which a lot of you have had that, but they had different types of starfruit, like one that was really tart and little. They had egg fruit. That one was very unique. It was shaped like an egg, it was yellow, and its texture reminded you of a hard-boiled yolky egg. Not my favorite, but very unique anyways. And then like a tangelo and pomelo, and just so many different fruits that I didn't even know were out there, and just really delicious and fun to try. So if you ever go to Kauai, Hawaii, take the time to go do an organic farm tour, fresh from the tree. We literally walked around, he picked them off the tree, cut it right there for us, and we got to enjoy lots of fresh fruit over a couple hour span. And that was probably one of my favorite parts of the trip, just to experience their foods and their culture. And then all the hiking that we got to do as well, and just seeing, again, all the different creation. Again, we got an Airbnb, like I said, so it was nice to have our own space and a place to just rest. We would rest and relax some afternoons, just reading our books on our back deck, or cooling off inside after a long sticky day of hiking, and just enjoying the time together and the time on the excursions, and really just relaxing and letting go and having no responsibilities. So now that we've been back, it's just very enjoyable to have known we got to experience that. It might not be something that we do again, but we're very glad to be back. I'm always one of those that I love the trip when I go, but by the time we're flying back, I am very ready to be home and see the kids. Grandparents watched the kiddos, so that was nice. They enjoyed some quality time with both sets of grandparents over our trip, and the kids did great, but they were excited to see us when we got home as well. Yeah, so those are two exciting and fun little adventures and an announcement that I wanted to share with you all, because I can't really hide my baby bump much longer, especially as the weather starts to get warmer. We don't wear as baggy of clothes, and I just know you guys enjoy kind of seeing what's going on in our lives as well. So I'll share with you what my bump looks like. Like I said, when I'm filming, it's about 18 weeks. So when you see this, I'm 20 weeks long, so I'm sure I'll be bigger by then as well. I'm sure there's some other things from our trip to Kauai that I forgot to mention and just didn't mention. But there's just so much that we got to do and enjoy, and the little towns, they're all very similar, very touristy. A lot of the same food is served at some of the restaurants, but I don't think it really matters too much where you go. The food is delicious, and just the atmosphere, eating outside all the time, all the food trucks. Oh, one thing I do want to mention, the coffee, often it's different. It's Kona coffee, and they don't have cow's milk very often. It was always their coconut milk or a mix of soy and oat milk. And all the food in the restaurants was locally grown, most of it anyways, which was really neat. But yeah, their milk was not, of course I had to think about that. We have dairy in the Midwest and more beef and cattle. And of course they have more fruits and coconut. It was really good. Just I enjoyed coming back to my raw dairy when we got home as well. All right, friends, I will let you go, and hope you enjoyed just seeing this fun little announcement and enjoying some snippets from our trip to Hawaii. We'll talk with you in the next one.